Hi everyone, this is Mr. Filoramo, or Senor Filoramo as the kids know me at school, and this is my back to school night presentation for Spanish for Roxbury High School. A little bit about me to begin. So I first began my Spanish learning background when I was a student at Rutgers University, where they had a study abroad program to Peru. So I did a study abroad program during the summer of my sophomore year. That was kind of a life-changing experience that really inspired me once I learned so much about the culture and about the people there and improved at my language skills. I decided to become a Spanish teacher and to continue traveling after that. So the following year, when I was preparing to be a Spanish teacher, I went with my group to Argentina. And the year after that, I created my own volunteer trip to rural Guatemala. I was able to meet a family that my family has helped to provide funds for their family and education. And I was able to meet them and spend some time with them. So Olivia and her mother there was a really powerful experience. The following year, I did some volunteer work in the Dominican Republic as well. And then 2 years ago, in 2018, I was able to take a trip with my wife to France and then to Spain and to visit Spain there as well. So I've been able to build up my language skills through all those trips, as well as kind of open up my cultural understanding of the world. And that has really shaped the kind of Spanish teacher I've become. So why do we do Spanish? Why is it so important? There's some basic reasons. One of them is developing confidence. There's a lot of kids who get to Spanish class and realize that they are good at a course at the same pace as people in the room who maybe usually are better than them at certain topics, or vice versa. It's kind of a great equalizer, this course. Everybody has a chance to learn, for the first time. And either, whether you're in Spanish 1 or 2 or 3 or beyond, every year is a chance for you to kind of grow in a new skill set. And it really sets you apart from your peers in a lot of ways. It's good for language skills. So obviously, listening and speaking, reading and writing are key components of what we do. And it's good for both your foreign language skills, but also your native language skills. It can help students as they prepare for college, for the SATs, as they have to deal with more advanced Latin-based language on a lot of their SATs. Spanish can help with that, and obviously preparing themselves for the job market as well. So being multilingual can be really a powerful asset there. And it's also really good for broadening their own worldview. Like I said, traveling to me and getting exposed to other cultures really helped me see the world differently, helped me appreciate other people's way of looking at the world and values, and to learn from them. So it's made me a better person, and I share that with my students. I definitely bring my travel experiences into the classroom a lot. So that's a big component of what I do. So how we go about learning in this class. The first thing you would want to know as a parent is that we're going to use Google Classroom as our sort of digital home base for everything. I do use a lot of other educational apps, but everything is linked first and foremost to Google Classroom. And you as parents and guardians are able to keep an eye on this if you have a parent or guardian email sign up with Google Classroom. If your child is struggling to keep track of assignments, the easiest way to sort them and organize them and find them is by clicking on the classwork tab up top and then searching by category. So if something is marked in Genesis as a homework assignment, look in the homework tabs. All right. If it's marked as a classwork, look in the classwork tab, etc. So that's very important. All right. Your children can expect to be doing a lot of listening and speaking, regardless of what level of Spanish they're in. We're going to focus on oral communication, so speaking, listening, as well as plenty of visuals, photos, videos. We're going to do reading and writing, matching. So there's a lot of ways that I present material and that we practice material. And it's never just kind of presented in one way. If the kids get it or not, it's too bad for them. No, it's always about finding multiple ways to access the material and giving the chance to everybody with different learning styles to get good at the material. All right, how we divide up grades. Well, the grades for my Spanish classes really put a big priority on effort and on practice. So students who turn in every assignment on time are going to get a better grade than students who don't, regardless of how they do on tests. And that's because class participation and classwork are 20%, and homework is also 20%. So there's so many more opportunities to earn a good grade by participating in class and doing classwork, and by doing every homework on time. And homework is important to me. It's not just, busy work to me. To me, homework is a really vital way to promote foreign language retention. In other words, to help students remember and be able to continue using what we learn in class. And it is such a foreign concept, obviously, to be able to remember it and keep using it during the week outside of the brief class time that we get is crucial for the memory. So homework to me is a chance to strengthen that, in addition to our occasional tests. Since work and classwork are so important, I am lenient and open to students making up assignments that they missed, provided that doesn't become a habit of postponing student work or Spanish work, So if they are trying to submit late work, they can request an opportunity to make it up. Once it's made up, they should contact me and ask me to change their grade for the specific assignment. If they submit their late work prior to 10 days before the end of the marking period, I do need that 10-day window in order to update all grades by the end of the marking period. So please do not allow your children to postpone to the last minute and then try to make up a whole bunch of work. It's not going to work. 10 days is the cutoff before the end of the marking period. But before then, yes, they can definitely make up their work, and I encourage it. And also, if they don't do well on a homework or classwork, and they would like to take it again to improve their score, I always encourage that. So they can just communicate that with me. And if I start to see a habit or a trend of a student who is forgetful and is postponing their work and putting it off and procrastinating, I will contact the families, and then I usually will arrange some sort of homework detention, whether it's on Google Meet or in the classroom during a VIP, whatever. I find a way to sit the kid down and get them back on track and get their work done. So you will be contacted if that's the case. So ways that you can help. The biggest thing is encouraging student responsibility. All right, they are in high school now, so independence, being able to manage their own workload, manage their timing, is crucial. And they need to take responsibility, and that's something that we encourage regularly. So it's really up to them. And along with that is the key skill of self-advocacy, telling any of their teachers whenever they need help. I am here to help, and I really want the students to do well. I grew up speaking English, and I fell in love with Spanish in high school and college and through my travels, and I love seeing students really fall in love with Spanish too, and I'm here to help. I want them to be good. So if they're ever struggling, I need them to self-advocate. I need them to speak up and tell me that they need my help, and I will provide it. So if you can encourage that mentality, that philosophy of it's the student's personal responsibility to stay on top of assignments, and it's also the student's personal responsibility to communicate and to self-advocate with the teacher whenever he or she needs help. Okay. You can communicate with me through email is the best way for messaging and questions. And then in terms of keeping an eye on what's happening in our class, Google Classroom is the first place to look. So all assignments will be posted there, and that'll give you an idea of what we're working on. And students' grades will be posted in Genesis. So keep an eye on Genesis. And if a student is missing an assignment, it'll go into Genesis as a 50%, which is an incomplete. And again, if you see a 50% on an assignment, the student can make that up. They can fix that grade. You just need to get the work done, message me, and ask me to update the grade. So please don't get upset or surprised if you start to see 50s in your child's Genesis. It's because they forgot to do assignments. So just encourage them to sit down, get them done, and message me for an updated grade. All right, that's all I've got. So please feel free to reach out to me with any questions or concerns. Help your children manage their class assignment times. So obviously we meet in person Tuesdays through Fridays at the beginning of the school year here, but there are also required Google Meets for Spanish in the afternoons. So if they're a Blue Day student, they need to meet me in the Blue Day afternoons when they're not in school. If they're a Gold Day student, they need to meet on Google Meet in the afternoon of the day they're not in school. So please encourage that, and I hope this was helpful. I hope everybody has a great week, and I'm glad we're back at school. Adios.